Hello, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Inside Cornerstone, your weekly look at everything going on at Cornerstone First Global Methodist Church in Alexander City, Alabama. We're glad that you've joined us here today. It is springtime. It's raining outside today, but you start getting into spring and starting to got a little bit of a cold spell, Coach, last week. And then, but hopefully that's the last cold snap as we head into Easter Sunday, coming up this Sunday as you watch this program.
We'll probably have 6 inches of snow within a week.
We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it.
Yeah, that's right.
But, it's not beyond the possibility in the South and Alabama to get a snow in April.
Oh, it's unpredictable.
So, or late March for sure. But it is Holy Week. Man, it's a great time to be alive and to be talking about the greatest event that ever happened in our world. And, we've got a busy show. We've got a busy schedule this week. As you're watching this show, whatever time, we start on Wednesday airing this program and air it all the way through Sunday. And so we're going to talk some about Monday and Tuesday service as we film this show and then all the services that are coming up. So as you watch throughout the week, you'll have a preview maybe, or you'll have a review depending on what day of the week. Day of the week it is, and then if you're waking up,
it's a good week to do it.
Yeah, and if you're waking up on a Sunday morning, this Sunday, happy Easter to you out
Absolutely.
there. And it looks like the weather's going to be really nice, and we're going to let everybody know, like we did last week, about all the great things that are going on this week. We're going to concentrate mainly on Holy Week this week because I don't know of anything more important to you.
It's Holy Week. I say we get into it.
Exactly. So we dive straight in. I'll start by kind of letting everybody know, every single day, Monday through Thursday this week, we'll have a noon and a 6 p.m. service at the Green Street Sanctuary. And at lunch every day, there'll be a light lunch served after the service is about 30, 35 minutes, however long he wants to keep talking. And then you'll get you'll get something to eat. So it's kind of like when I was in college, at the college, speaking to high school students, and I'd be speaking to them right before lunch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm all that's standing in between you and lunch.
That's not good.
I need to wrap this thing up. No, not all kidding aside. Lunch served, but then 6 p.m. service, and then on Friday, no lunch service, only a 6 p.m. service on Good Friday, and then obviously on Sunday we have a plethora of services, starting with a sunrise service at the big house. So is that 6 a.m.?
6 a.m. I tested it.
6:15.
I went out there at 6. It was dark. At 6:12, I could see a little light coming. I said, "That's it."
Did you hear any turkeys gobbling?
I didn't. But I didn't. But I looked through the window. I didn't go outside. If I had across the lake, yes, I would have heard some.
You would have heard some gobbling as the woods wake up. But anyway, and we'll have a 9 and 11 o'clock service on Easter Sunday. The 9 obviously at the Arbor, and the 11 will be at Green Street. So plenty of opportunities for you to join us this week, Holy Week. Coach, I'll start with Monday. As we film here on a Tuesday, kind of tell everybody how the services went on Monday.
Well, I barely made it here today. I just came from the third service yesterday at 6 and 12. It went unbelievably well, highly attended. I mean, really, you try to be optimistic, but it exceeded my expectations.
Right.
There are a lot of people come. David doing the music, and we're talking about a 30 minute to 32 minutes.
Wow.
And then go straight from there to the fellowship hall at noon. We don't eat at the night service, but it was great. And what something, Brett, that I don't know if many people do it, doesn't matter, I guess, but we try to take the scripture that on Monday,
right,
and that's what we focus on. The original Monday, and stuff happened each day.
Yeah, every day leading
and
up.
Tuesday, today we did the same thing. We taught, and Jesus did a lot of preaching. He told parables. He told all kinds of stuff. basically in a debate with the Jewish leaders. I would say everything he says on Monday and Tuesday is related to the Jewish leaders taking a monopoly on God and not letting other people have a part in it. Even the Jews, they had their little group, and they created so many laws that the people didn't even know them.
I want to go back. I want to pause you there on talking about Monday and Tuesday. I want to go back to it was Palm Sunday this past Sunday. It's a tremendous attendance at the church. But then I want to talk about the message. I thought so we can carry this over to the next segment as well. But Palm Sunday, you said, outside of the Sunday before Thanksgiving is maybe your favorite Sunday. And I agree. It's such a storyline. I'll give you my take. I want to get you to tell everybody about your message on Sunday, and very intriguing about the east and the west gates of Jerusalem. But you know what? We get a picture of the Romans coming in from one side and Jesus coming in from the other, and you talked about it, and I think, and it was the way it was all scripted, obviously by God, but it had come to a reckoning. You were talking about everything that was going on inside the walls of Jerusalem, and how corrupt things had gotten in the temple and all, and Jesus went in with that. It was time. That was
God's perfect time.
It was, but it had hit such a fever pitch.
Oh yeah.
That it was like, okay, enough's enough. We've got to shut this down. And that's what Jesus' mission. His ultimate mission was crucifixion, but he had work to do all week that week.
He worked hard that week.
Yeah, he did. And a lot of things came to the forefront that got exposed, that when things culminated on Friday with his crucifixion and then the world going dark pretty much, and then on Sunday him rising and really flip the page for everybody, for lack of better terms.
That's what you truly call a game changer.
That was a game changer.
That's right.
But how important that walk in to the gate. I mean, how important
it's unparalleled.
Right.
The world has never seen ever a confrontation between perfect good and pure evil. The Roman Empire was as worldly as it's ever been.
Right.
I don't know that there's ever been a civilization any more worldly than the Romans were. And Pilate comes in on a war horse.
Right.
And Jesus comes in on a colt of a donkey, which means he came in peace. And can you believe it? Those two will get that far apart, and perfect truth will be looking at Pilate, and Pilate will ask, what is truth? With ultimate truth
standing
1 foot in front of him. I love Palm Sunday because of the uniqueness of it. Absolutely, there's never been a Sunday like Easter Sunday, there's no doubt. But there's never been a Sunday like Palm Sunday, when this. And we talked about that. We talked about the Eastern Gate. Right. You want me to talk just a minute about Jesus said, I'm the light of the world?
Yes.
We say that all the time. Jesus is the light of the world. If you go back to Genesis, in the very beginning, it says, and darkness covered the face of the earth. And what did God say? Let there be light.
Right.
And so he made the sun. And I believe it comes up in the east, does it not?
It does. Well, I loved your analysis of dark and light. There is no such thing as darkness.
No,
darkness is just the absence of light.
Exactly.
And if you look up the definition of it in the dictionary, and that's what the definition is. It's a void.
That's right.
A dark is a void.
That's right.
Of light.
You're doing great.
So, well, no.
Well, that's right, man. No, I agree.
I guess if you wanted to bring in the scientific group, out there, and appease. But seriously, that's what it is. You bring in light to light up the room, or light up wherever you are. There's no physical thing that exists.
No.
It's darkness.
And Jesus said, I'm the light of the world. And We've all been on a deer
Right.
stand when it's pitch dark.
Absolutely.
And then the sun comes up and it starts getting lighter,
And you
doesn't
can
it?
see.
Yeah.
Just like that
Yeah. Oh, hey, good job, Kane.
That was on point.
Kane's
So,
right there.
right there. Just like the sun coming up, we get the light. Hey, well, I do want you to talk about that when we come back.
Oh,
We'll go to
yeah,
our next
I'd love
segment
to.
here. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Man, so much to talk about here this week. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Hey everybody, I'm Brett.
Billy?
And I'm Matt.
And we want you to join us each week for Inside Cornerstone. Coach, Matt, excited to have this show on every single day throughout the week leading up to Sunday.
Jesus Christ is going to be glorified in everything we do. You won't just be listening to messages. You're going to be hearing about things going on in our church.
And make sure you join us at our worship services 9 and 11 o'clock.
Join us each week right here on Inside Cornerstone on WAXC TV.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone. Reminder to catch up with us. If you don't see the show during the week, you can see it anytime, any of our archive episodes, any of our services from one Sunday to the next. Go to cornerstone-fgmc.org to check those out on our website, or you can go to our Facebook page. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, please do so. try to keep everything up to date on all current events that we have going on. The flyer about Holy Week is up there right now. So if you miss what I said and the schedule, it's there for you to look at. So
I love our breaks.
they're good, aren't they?
What, Kane, can we do a bloopers show? I think we should tape the whole thing and put in a bloopers thing.
That would be entertaining.
I
for
believe
sure.
it would be entertaining.
It would be entertaining. It would expose a lot of stuff.
Unfortunately.
So, all right, but anyway, I want to get back into what you were saying about Palm Sunday, and then kind of what Jesus said about being the light of the world.
Well, yeah, as I said, Jesus came from the east. The Romans were coming from the west, and then you got the donkey, and it was a colt of a donkey. The colt had never been ridden.
Right.
And Jesus was the only one that would ride this particular one. And then, like I said, you had the war horse, and they would eventually, the dirty little thing that's going on in this whole story is the religious leaders. Who hated Rome's guts.
Right on.
But they were trying to use Rome to get Jesus. They
do their dirty work.
Well, they couldn't crucify somebody. Only Rome could do that.
Right.
So they did every.
But they wanted him gone.
Yeah.
He was a threat.
And Jesus took in that week, Jesus took them apart. He called them out on everything they asked. Hey, are you going to pay taxes to Caesar? Give me that coin. Whose picture's that? Caesar. Then why don't you render to Caesar what's his and give God what's his? So what he does is he says, and you're not giving God his good. You're talking to me about Caesar. I'm talking about what are you doing for God? I'm going to tell you, and by the way, most of those guys were what they call Sadducees. Right. Sadducees didn't believe in the resurrection. And Jesus had just brought back a man, Lazarus, from 4 days dead before he comes into Jerusalem. They are the main culprits of this whole thing. And it's to watch this unfold and to talk about it at our Monday and Tuesday services.
Right.
We're talking about the confrontation of Jesus and the religious leaders. It's absolutely fascinating. Every story he tells is about their hypocrisy.
Well, you literally just took that word out of my mouth. I was going to say the thing that's always fascinated me about Jesus inside Jerusalem the week before he was crucified is him calling out the religious leaders.
Unbelievable.
That walked around and portrayed to be something that they really weren't.
Absolutely.
And you can apply that to real. I saw somebody.
And there's the fig tree story. You just said it.
It is.
The fig tree story right there.
And I'll let you tell that story here in a second. But I saw a quote the other day. It says, just because you're religious doesn't mean you're a good person. And that there's a lot of truth in that statement. Yeah. Just because you show up on Sunday morning and sit in the front or sit in the middle or in the back or wherever it is that you sit. I mean, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying that just because you go through with an act doesn't mean that you're passionate or that's who you really are. You can portray to be somebody that you aren't.
We're all pretty good at that.
Well, right. And I think all of us fit in that mold at some point in time, but the very people that you would say in Jerusalem that you would look up to be godly people were the very ones that wanted him gone.
Absolutely. He threatened them. He was a threat.
I told you that before the show started.
That's right.
I said, in this world now, what happens to people worldwide that are a threat?
Rock the boat.
That's right. Unfortunately, we see it in politics. We see a lot of political leaders get assassinated. We see things that happen to people that are trying to make a positive change for good that threatens their current existence. And the only way they can figure out to get rid of them is to dispose of them. Yeah. Well, if we're going to call it like it is, that's the final straw for them. In Jerusalem is they couldn't beat him. They couldn't outwit him. They knew who he really was, but they were scared of him. They were threatened about their power and their existence.
Gonna lose it.
So the only way they could do it was to get the Romans involved to dispose of Jesus.
And you talk about political. What about Pontius Pilate, who says about 50 times, this man's innocent?
Right. Well, I want to go back to what you said on
and still
Sunday.
puts him to the cross.
You said that no response, and this was huge, and this happens all the time in this world that we live in now.
Oh, the message.
No response is a response.
Definitely.
I mean, there's a lot of
That's
times
biblical.
people sit back and watch something happen in this world that they know is not right, but they choose not to act on it because they're worried about what somebody's going to think about them or what their image is going to be or how it might impact them personally. So they just choose to take a bystander stance. They just sit it out. And they go, well, you know what? Well, that's what Pontius Pilate said. I wash my hands of this. You know, when he went over and symbolically wrenched his hands off and said, I wash my hands of this, I'm going to let the people decide. Well, you know.
It wasn't that easy.
It wasn't that easy. He had a chance to do the right thing.
Oh, yeah. And he knew what it was.
Yeah, right. And so he didn't do it. But again, it was all in God's plan. He had the people in place that he knew how this thing was going to end up.
Can you believe these self-righteous Pharisees and Sadducees in the end to make their point with Pontius Pilate when he says, then what should I do with your king? And those Jewish leaders said, we have no king but Caesar. Putting the pressure on him, his boss, Caesar.
Right.
And there they were, compromising everything that they were about to put Jesus on the cross, which was God's will, and he worked out.
Right, exactly.
But
again,
still,
going back, God had the people in place. That
yes, he was in control.
Right, that were going to say and do the things that needed to be done, that to end up putting Jesus Christ on a cross to be
their
crucified.
Messiah.
Right. I heard something the other day about the symbolic. Obviously, the way Jesus was killed by crucifixion, what the thorns on his head represented, the reason he was nailed to the cross, the reason he was nailed with his feet, the reason his side was punctured, all the different symbolic. He literally was taking the sin of Adam and Eve, from Adam and Eve all the way up to the cross, and encumbering all of that. In everything that happened to him on the cross, everything meant something. I thought that was really, to read about that, and the reason he was pierced in the side was because Eve came from the side of Adam. Just all that stuff played in. It's like, man, he literally took every inch of the sin that was imposed by humans away and put it right back on himself.
The perfect plan of God.
It was.
Everything had meaning. Everything was significant.
I mean, that, to me, it's hard to believe when you read into that stuff and you see things that happen in this world, that it's almost unfathomable for me that people can't believe in there's a God.
I agree.
It really blows my mind. And again, it's in everybody's timing, and your relationship is your relationship with God. And again, what makes Christians is their faith. There's not when you open the Bible. There's things that happen in the Bible that you can physically see the end result of. But there's a lot of things in the Bible that human beings can't explain. Well, it's not meant to do that. That's what makes you a believer in Christ. If you already knew the outcome, if you had the end, the end all be all sitting there in front of you with well, that's not hard. Everybody can do that. Everybody can read the ending.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it's the faith that's what makes you who you are.
It is
with
faith.
Your relationship.
It's not keeping the law. It's faith in Christ. That's absolutely
right. We'll keep going for the week.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
I can't wait. It doesn't take much. So, all right, stay tuned. More of Inside Cornerstone right after this.
Here's another break.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com, today.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone. Again, it's Holy Week this week, and we have a lot going on at our church. We have a service every day, too, actually, Monday through Thursday. As you're watching this, you're watching it at least by Wednesday, so you know the Monday, Tuesday services are over. We'll talk about those and then preview what goes on Thursday and Friday, and then into Easter weekend and on Sunday. But you were talking about, I can't wait to have my mind blown over here.
Well, okay, here I go. Hey, listen, Cole, not Cole.
Kane.
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 I started to say Abel. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just playing with you. Good grief. He's going to put that stinking picture up there. Don't do it.
It's Easter week. Let's not put that up here.
Well, what I was going to say, if I start slobbering, Kane, then back off on the shot, because this is unbelievably good, I think. All right, so God tells Abraham that here's the thing. My plan is for all people. Well, the Jewish people didn't buy into that. They thought it was just them, and they objected and didn't want anybody else to have a part of it. That's why Jesus was so upset. That's why he wept over Jerusalem. They missed it. So Jesus goes into the court, and he's cleansing the court. And what does he say? You have taken a place of prayer and turned it into a den of thieves. And, of course, he runs them out. Do you know what court that was in the temple? It was not the Holy of Holies where only the high priest could stay. It was not the holy place where the other Pharisees and Sadducees got to be. It wasn't the women's court where the women would come and pray.
Right.
It was the Gentiles' court. The very people that they hated and went against what God had said about it being for all people, they put all the corruption where the Gentiles were trying to pray. And we were talking at the break about this. This blows my mind. The Gentile court was 500 yards by 350 yards. That is 35 acres where those
5 football fields by 3 football fields.
Yeah, that's where the sacrifices were being. They were ripping people off on that, and they were making them play the shinkle to be a part of the Passover.
They were taking advantage of it.
Yeah, millions and millions. We say 35 acres. Are you kidding? But 10 million people were coming at Passover, and they were all coming in the area. That's why Jesus, I think, was so upset. The very people that you're denying God's plan to, you're taking where they come and pray, and you're using it as a den of thieves. You're ripping them off. You're cheating them out of money when they try to make an exchange with their money for Jewish money that you can buy. I just think that's significant. And that's one reason Jesus walked into town with a chip on his shoulder. It's because the people that were being denied God's plan, the very people that he gave the plan to for others.
You know, what comes out of that for me is, you know, I know the naysayers out there of Jesus, they like to pull different things out and say, well,
that's weird.
why would the Messiah, why would the Son of God do these things? Why would he go
wilt the fig tree?
Yeah, why would he wilt the fig? Why would he tear the temple down? Why would he destroy?
What does that mean?
You know, why would he go in there and turn tables over and all that? Why did he act violently like that? It was, you know, again, looking through worldly glasses, we see it as somebody that another human doing it. He was showing the corruption, exposing the corruption, and trying to get rid of the corruption. And through what he did in the temple and through the fig tree, there was a story that a lot of people don't get. And you talk about an atheist writing a book, and he cited
why I'm not a Christian.
Why he's not a Christian is the number one thing, one of the first things.
The fig tree story.
Tell that story.
He said, I'm not going to worship, I'm not going to believe in any God whose Messiah is hungry and goes up to a fig tree and can't find any figs on it, and so he wilts it, he kills it. He said, I'm not, that's not the kind of God I want to worship.
He sees that as vengeance. See, he's seeing it through the eyes of a mortal human, saying it didn't provide to him what he wanted, so I'm gonna do away with it. That's not what happened.
No. What that means is that fig tree had leaves on it, but it didn't have any figs on it. Just like the Pharisees. On the outside, and he says this later.
Symbolism.
Yeah, he says, you guys on the outside, you look okay, but inside you're rotten to the core. You don't have any fruit. And what did Jesus say to the disciples in the upper room? I'm the branch, I'm the vine, you're the branches. In me you will bear much what? Fruit.
Right.
And that's what he's trying to show. The hypocrisy of the Pharisees produced no fruit. That's what tree, that stood for.
That tree on the outside looked healthy, but inside it was disease.
Exactly.
I mean, but again, I told you this in the break, and I'll say it on the air. You're
never
trying
do that.
to convince somebody that's not going to ever be convinced. Their mind's made up that it was that way.
Oh, definitely.
So
you're right.
You can get into an argument with somebody on that. You're not going to change your mind. And so you already know, or they already know, or have predetermined what that is and what that means. So they don't see the story of why he did it.
There's a 2-word phrase that encompasses what you're saying there, Brett, where Jesus says, deny yourself. And he goes on and says, take up your cross and follow me.
Right.
The world don't tell me I got to deny myself. We don't want to put others ahead of ourselves. We don't want to die to self, and that's what this world's about. It's about doing things for ourselves. Jesus comes along and says, no, that's not the way you're going to get there, and so we just pretend it's not true, or we're not going to listen to it.
Right. So I think what we've done here is we've given a couple of examples of, you know, when people decide or make up their mind how something's going to be, they're not going to see. They maybe can't see the truth because their own ego or their own judgment has clouded what the reality is. Again, I think that fig tree story is always
that's fascinating.
Well,
tree.
it's
great.
I mean, you can look at it if you already are anti-Christ,
right?
Okay,
yeah,
anti-Christianity. You look at that as an opportunity to go, well, man, the Son of God wouldn't just go up and kill a healthy plant or a healthy tree
because he's
hungry.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't see the fact that that tree's purpose was to produce fruit. It's not producing fruit. It looks healthy on the outside. It's not on the inside. There's an issue. There's a problem. The
spiritual problem.
The symbolism of what you said about the Pharisees looking the part on the outside but being rotten on the inside is perfect. It's no different.
Oh, yeah.
And humans are like that.
Every story he tells in that part of the Gospels when he's in Jerusalem at this period of time, every one of them has those same kind of implications. And the Pharisees get madder and madder.
Right. Again,
the Sadducees were worse than the Pharisees.
Right.
And they were just, every time they heard that, they get a little bit madder.
I go back to what I said maybe last segment, that that statement I saw said, just because you're religious doesn't make you a good person. Just because you portray an image, and again, just because you come to church on Sundays, or just because you think you're doing everything perception-wise in the public that looks right, doesn't mean you are right. Doesn't mean that you're doing things the way God wants you to do.
One of the best books I've ever read, and I would advise it for anyone that was interested, is How to Be a Christian Without Being Religious.
Right. They're two different things.
Yes, they are. Absolutely. It's not about the law. It's about faith in Christ, and those are two different things.
So the remainder of this segment into our last segment, let's talk about Holy Week. All right, let's go with Wednesday service, which will be, as people are watching, you will have just finished Wednesday service because this show will air starting on Wednesday. So talk about what's in store on Wednesday, and then we come back, we'll talk about Thursday and Friday, and, of course, Easter Sunday.
Well,
so we got a lot to cover.
On Wednesday, we have a couple of members of our church that will be sharing. Sammy Teal will be sharing at the 12 o'clock service, and, of course, we will have the lunch after that.
Right.
And then Helen Walton – Jimmy Yates will be doing the Wednesday night service that night. And then Helen Walton will be doing the Thursday night, Thursday service with communion.
Nice.
I will do the lunch on Monday, Thursday. Then, as we've already said,
will there be communion served at lunch?
No,
just
it's going to be
it's
going to be that night.
Okay, well, I'm going to get you to stop there. We come back. Okay. We're going to resume because we've got to get to our last break. We come back. We got a lot to cover in last segment, so
I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready. I'm so excited I can't even remember stuff. That's old.
When is that any different from any other?
You got me on that.
I'm just kidding.
I'm guilty as charged.
All right, anyway, we're going to go to break. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
What?
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service, that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
For 30 years, Derek Blight has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone. Our final segment. Got a lot to talk about here. As we came back from break, we're talking about on Wednesday's service. As you're watching this, the noon service is over. But Coach Sammy Till led that service as you're watching. And then the evening service will be Jimmy Yates and at 6 o'clock. And then on Thursday, we have Monday, Thursday, and that will be Helen Walton at 6 o'clock with communion. You'll do the noon. You'll do the noon at on Thursday without communion. But Helen Walton will lead the Monday Thursday service at noon. And let's start there. I want to progress from Thursday to Friday and then to Easter Sunday.
Okay.
So Thursday, the symbolic, the upper room, Jesus with his disciples. It's the last time that he will be with all of them together.
So you better pay close attention to everything he says. Some of the most meaningful scripture in the Bible comes out of the upper room, and I'd say along with the Sermon on the Mount, the upper room is the content of more sermons than just about it may be anything.
Right.
Everything you just on every verse you just kind of hang and Brett, I think we need to consider that he knows what's going to happen to these guys.
Right.
He looks out there. He's already told them the world's going to hate you because of me. They're going to die horrible deaths, except they say for John, who was
they tried to boil
him alive and he survived. So I guess that's a good thing. I just didn't go to heaven, really.
Absolutely.
But and all, not just them. Stephen, who was being stoned to death. Nero put 7 miles of Christians on crosses, and Jesus knew that was going to happen. Wow. And so, his heart was just full. And then he's taking on the sin. Oh, we forgot to mention, he's taking on the sins of the world, and that's coming. And
so after they leave the upper room, then Jesus goes to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray.
That's right. And they go to sleep on it.
They do.
Yeah.
They fall asleep. And,
right.
And then they
Judas comes.
Well, they come and arrest him. And,
and
then that leads into, obviously, on Friday, which is Good Friday, when Jesus is crucified, we'll have one service at 6 o'clock.
And just don't forget that the rock of the church denies him 3 times.
Peter.
On Thursday.
Right.
Yeah, but then it takes us to Good Friday. Yeah, and I will be doing the Good Friday service, and I'll just go ahead and tell everybody what we're doing. We're doing the 7 things that Jesus said off the cross. And I don't know which of those is most significant to you, but all of them have a story to tell in and of themselves. And every time we take one, we'll darken the church, and then finally it'll be total darkness, and we will walk away without saying anything until we get. It's hard. That's hard for us to do in our church.
Me and you gonna have gags.
Yeah.
But I do want to say this: if you've never been to a Good Friday service like this one, where I mean, it really is, a mourning service. You're mourning the death of Jesus, and the silence of people getting up and walking out, not saying anything, and taking and darkening out things during that service is very moving. Just like as we're about to talk about moving into Easter Sunday, as we fast forward over to Sunday, if you've never been to a sunrise service, I truly encourage you to do that. It's extremely moving to be there and watch the sun come up. And as you mentioned earlier, sunrise, the symbolism in that is tremendous. And, the sun rising from the east as Jesus went into there's just so much of that. It is. But to be there and to hear the word and to watch and to know that, he rose and saved all of us and gave us hope and gave us the life that we have. And it is truly
unbelievable,
truly awesome. It really is.
And it's dark when we start at 6. There's a reason for starting at 6. You could say, well, can we not go at 6:45? Well, it's going to be dark when we start,
right.
And then 10 or 15 minutes into the service, it's going to start getting lighter. And we're going to end it. I'll just tell you, we're going to go out front, and we're going to end it with a song out there in that light, and that will be. Or the last of that until we come back at 9 and 11 and have our Easter services. And I think churches basically will be full. I mean, the best crowd. We all have our sermons about, it's packed. And then, what's going to happen the next Sunday? Well, we're going to have Jacob's Ladder Sunday. I guarantee you we're going to be packed 2 Sundays in a row.
That was strategy.
And I'm looking forward to that. But, I just think I love what we're doing with this week. It's such a blessing for me, and I'm so thankful to be a part of it. And me and you both have been in projects, and this phrase has no meaning from us, but I've been in things where you just work your tail off, and finally you say it's finished. Finally finished. Can you imagine what Jesus felt when all that he'd been through? He was almost dead when they put him on the cross, and then finally he gets to say, "It is finished."
It is finished. Yep. He had made the complete journey. And again, I'll say this as somebody that is totally imperfect. But when you make a decision to go to church on Easter Sunday or Christmas, don't do it because it's the 2 most famous times to go to church. Yeah. Try to open up and let God in your heart, let Jesus in your heart, and try to get more out of it than saying, look, I'm checking a box. That's just what everybody does on these 2 days, and I got to go. Don't look at it that way. Look at it as this is maybe my beginning. Maybe this is an opportunity for me to start if you don't have a relationship with Christ, did you start a relationship with him and lead that into the next Sunday and the next Sunday and begin a journey. And I just, again, we all make fun of ourselves, and we all crack jokes about the church being full on Easter Sunday and everybody dressing nice and all that. And then, crickets on the next 2. Where did everybody go? But again, the seriousness of that is that, make something out of that, get something out. Don't just come fill a chair. To fill a chair. Make it have some purpose.
Amen. Last Sunday we had 2 people accept Christ into their life, and then they were baptized at the youth building, and just to see their eyes and talk to them. And one of them said to me, I've tried everything by myself. It's time for me to let Christ take over. I'm giving my life to him. That's what this is all about. It's not attending a service out of obligation.
Right.
It's accepting Christ, the one who died for us on the cross and now lives in us when we ask him to.
Right.
And it changes our life forever.
And you know, we don't know how many people, when they show up on Easter Sunday or they show up on Christmas or any given Sunday, that's the Sunday that Christ touches them and leads them
exactly
to him, and you just don't know when that opportunity is going to come open. So, all right, but anyway, going into this week with an open mind for all of us that have had that are continuing our walk with Christ,
right,
to get better, to learn more, to be open minded, and to be. And I said this last week with a full church, make time to get out of your circle.
Mm-hmm.
And go and greet somebody that maybe you haven't seen before, and welcome. And then I'm not just talking about people at Cornerstone. I'm talking about everybody at everybody's church. You know, open up, and if you see somebody that you haven't seen, you know, make it a point to go and introduce yourself and tell them how welcome they are.
We're starting a new emphasis on evangelism, and that should always be an emphasis, but we're trying to up it a little bit in our church. And, you know, Last Easter, we had a great crowd. You remember that.
Right.
And a lot of new people were there, and many of those people actually joined the church this past year. It's amazing how many of those that visited on Easter.
120.
Yeah, we're up to now to 135.
That's what I'm saying. So the number keeps going.
Yeah.
I do want to say before we get out, on Sunday, make sure to bring your flowers, your fresh cut flowers.
True.
And put them on the cross outside the church.
Well, there's going to be a lot of crosses. I can tell you that. Bring them. We're going to need them because that's great. Man, I'm a cross guy. Put as many crosses as you can get around the church because that's such a blessed reminder. It's a great symbol of how much God loves us.
Absolutely. So want to wish everybody a happy Easter again.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate our sponsors allowing us to bring you this program every week, and you know, there's no week bigger than this one. The best, most important event in the history of our planet happened, you know, when Christ was crucified and then was risen.
Who is our primary sponsor of this show?
There's no doubt.
Absolutely,
no doubt.
Man.
So, Coach, great week. Looking forward to the rest of it.
It's an honor.
And, you know, want to wish everybody a happy Easter out there. And that's going to wrap it up for Inside Cornerstone. We'll be back with you next week for another edition.
Thank you.
This is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com, today.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice.
Hey everybody, I'm Brett.
Billy. And I'm Matt.
And we want you to join us each week for Inside Cornerstone. Coach, Matt, excited to have this show on every single day throughout the week leading up to Sunday.
Jesus Christ is going to be glorified in everything we do. You won't just be listening to messages. You're going to be hearing about things going on in our church.
And make sure you join us at our worship services 9 and 11 o'clock.
Join us each week right here on Inside Cornerstone on WAXC TV.